Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, what's up? So we're going to look at romance from now till January 1st. And at the beginning, before I came back on for you guys, I got this feeling of really wanting to match somebody where they are, okay? And the first card that's falling out is the Nine of Cups. So you or this other person is wanting to really they want to fulfill your wish. They want to meet you where you are. I get this energy of, if it's not you or if it's the other person, but it feels as if, they don't want to pull you down to them. And honestly get the feeling that they don't want to feel like you're pulling them up to you. So it's one of those things where they just want to meet you where you are. So what do we have for air signs? Connecting with other air signs. Okay. Queen of Coins, air signs, connecting with other air signs. And as a general reminder, this could be Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Okay, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in their chart. All right. So if you are an air sign connecting with another air sign, again, like I say, I think there is a sense of maturity developing regarding roles, what a person already has, what you acquire together, what you already have. So there's a sense of even you just realizing that regardless of who has what, as long as each person has been working to heal themselves, working to achieve their goals, then that's what matters. If you're both in alignment, when you're both, you're doing for self, pursuing goals, allowing authentic expression of self. These are the things that we're looking at, not how much I've acquired, or how much I have saved, or, how much I've accomplished. There's no trying to weigh it out. There's a more of a sense of both people being in alignment with with their purpose, with their callings, what their soul is calling for right now at this time. So as long as both people are working towards that, then you are in alignment. Okay. I don't get the feeling that anyone needs to worry about something already being fully, someone else being already established and you moving into it, because the fact of the matter is where you are, and you're putting forth the same energy, you're vibing at the same place as this person, as long as you both are focused on obtaining your goals. Okay, as long as you are both feeling fulfilled in your journey, in your process. And I feel a sense that there is a spiritual aspect to this as well. Okay, so it's like between now and January 1st, you'll have that recognition. You'll have that. For some of you, this is a twin flame, and I get this. I feel that because one of you is already so close to fulfilling a dream of your own, or has kind of created this sense of accomplishment. This energy is around this person or you, and the person coming in is coming in with their flame, saying, I want to be a part of this. I want to be a part of what you have going on. I want to be a part of what you are building for yourself. And it's like they know, or they feel 9 and 9. They feel as if they don't come right now. Okay, so it's almost as if you've done this, you've built this 9 of Cups for yourself, and they know that there's one more cup. There's one more cup for you to obtain, per se. And this person feels like if you do that before they make it, that they won't have a chance. That their seat won't be saved anymore. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. It's like they're working to come forward, working to, yeah, move forward, come forward to you. And I say this, I don't feel like this is like earthly efforts. This is definitely maturing their mindset, putting their priorities in order. Like, there is a seat waiting for them. And so yeah, there's this sense of this person or you wanted to really there that you've been, I say not even wanting, but have really been working to dissolve any fears or anything else that have been blocking them from a fulfilling relationship. And with the world card coming out, I feel as if it's so close, and both nines, both of you are so close, or just, I mean, it's almost as if just taking the step forward is the last step. You know what I mean? So, excuse me. The world card indicates having cleared out all of these things, having worked through all of this. You've tempered. You've tempered. You've died. All these things have died. The card right before this is what? What's right before the world? Judgment. Yes. So you've come through or worked through divine judgment, and reconciled within yourself, reconciled with past situations, or reconciled past situations, I should say, because you ain't go back. You just kind of integrated the lessons, which for me means reconciled. Okay, you made right with whatever has happened, where you are, you've forgiven yourself, you've forgiven others, you've dispelled fears and anxieties about love, and the world is now opening up to you. Now moving in for you between now and January 1st is a very fulfilling relationship here. And I don't see very much earth here, or very much air in this reading, except for here. So if this was a connection with an air sign that you were in the past, you have now healed from this. You have now cleared this out of you, so you are ready to move forward. And I feel as if now that you've done that work, this rewarding, fulfilling relationship is moving in towards you. Okay. One more card. Yeah. It's fine. It's finished. Okay. It's finished. So all you have to do is move forward and say what it is that you want. I almost get this feeling of like magician energy. So like it may be time for you to go ahead, now that all of that is cleared out of you, to set that intention of what it is that you're looking to draw into you. Now that you've dropped the bags and learned lessons, right? Air signs connected to fire signs. There was a lot of fire energy in that air reading. So, that could have been something that began or ended with tons of passion, whether that's positive or negative. So there was lots of passion and energy there. And aggression also could have been one of the things that were taking place in that situation. So now that you've kind of healed from that, the world is opening up, and a new opportunity for you to move forward into a loving, balanced, fulfilling connection, abundant connection is here. It's ready for you. Air signs connecting with fire signs. Could be dealing with some hidden things regarding a Pisces or Cancer. As a third party, maybe. I don't know. But in general, it could be just moving on from secrets, moving on from things that hadn't become very clear for you, that you couldn't receive clarity on. And maybe it was meant for you not to be able to get anything else out of that at all. So air signs connecting to fire signs. Yep. It's like it had already taught you what it needed to teach you. It's time to turn your back on it and focus on what has been gained spiritually. Also feel as if you do have plenty of options and you are not wanting to make a decision right now. So yeah, so whatever lessons, we talked about moving on forward, moving forward. So this, now that whatever this is, you have turned your back on it, whatever this lesson is, or whatever situation, whoever this person was that presented these lessons, you have turned your back on that. You've turned your back on, you shut that shit down, is basically how I'm hearing it. Like, you shut it down and you're aware that that's done and that you have no more to gain from it. And I feel like you get this because you have begun to, you've purified yourself in your environment to the extent to where when any discord is trying to maintain itself in your environment, it's immediately, you immediately acknowledge it, you immediately see it. Okay, so anything that was presenting confusion or anything like that, you're leaving behind. It's like you're taking whatever lesson is meant to come from it and you're leaving it, and leaving it behind. You know that you're not to move forward with whatever that is. Air signs connecting to fire signs. 7. Yeah. So, right. This person, this fire sign, was likely very confused. Okay, so they had a few different options that they were juggling around. Also, they are confused about they're deluding themselves about something, and about being a teacher, about being a leader. Maybe their sense of leadership and teachership is skewed, or they have a kind of an odd view. I say odd, not odd, but like I say, deluding. It's deluding them. And so you are cutting, you are putting that boundary up around you and saying, if you're not ready to kind of make a choice, if you're not ready to move forward in a stable, sober-minded way, then I'm not going to continue with you. It's like you understand, since you've cleared out your environment, your intuition is better. You're trusting it more. You're not walking into haze anymore. Like, you're seeing haze for what it is instead of as a new challenge. You know what I mean? Like, air signs, because you can be smart and you're very analytical, and you can process things well, you can communicate easily. It's like you often move into cloudy or hazy situations because you're confident that you can navigate it. Well, now it seems as if you're picking your battles better moving into the new year. You're picking your battles better and understanding that you don't have to navigate every cloudy situation, that you can turn your back on the ones that, on whichever one. You're taking a higher perspective and choosing to not always journey through, but sometimes to journey over, past certain things, because there's a higher perspective that you've gained. This person, air sign, this fire sign, likely had things that they were hiding, likely had things that you may have tried to explain something to them or help them understand that something that they believed or something that they thought was not as grounded as they would have believed. And it seems as if they didn't listen and found themselves in a tricky situation. Right? Knee deep in, whatever. With a whole lot of going on, and you may be choosing to go ahead and just let them because you know what saving them means. Saving them means that you walk right back into cloudy situation, as opposed to taking this road, okay, of the eagle or the hawk. You know that you've put what you can into that, and your vitality has been restored, and you don't want to compromise that. You don't want to compromise that. So what's coming in? What's coming in? Some slow moving offer, something that was slow to progress is coming in for you. I do feel like the things that now that you have cleared out, this is the theme, right? But now that you have begun to protect your energy a little better, you've begun to be more discerning about what deserves your effort, what things you should basically now that you learn to pick your battles and protect your energy, you are now opening the door for this thing that's been halted. And it was halted because you needed to be in a better balance. You needed to understand what things required you to go full force ahead in, and what things just you kind of just needed to let be. The way this translates in a connection, a lot of times the air signs, because we're in that, I'm a air moon and rising. So, a lot of times we'll have in our minds that we're problem solvers. Like, we're problem solvers. So if there's a problem, we need to fix it. Well, now this offer is now coming into you because you understand that not everything is for you to fix. Okay. And people don't like being fixed, quite frankly. Right? People don't like being fixed. So whatever this is, you just decided that you can't, I hear, change a person. So if you see it a certain way as something that you don't want to deal with, I'm not talking just throwing people away, but if your energy is going to be zapped by this situation, you're choosing not to move yourself in that direction. You're choosing consciously not to put your energy into things that you don't need, that you can't change. Okay. And so because of that, this opportunity, and maybe the person that's coming into you, maybe the offer that's coming in, that person may have a more set way of doing things, and they may be just, their personality is just who they are. And because you've learned to protect your energy more, you don't have that idea that you have to change a situation or change a person, because you have a higher perspective now. You have a higher perspective. You can see this person, their behaviors, whatever the case may be, and then you can see where you're meant to affect it and where you're meant to just let them be exactly who they are. And maybe that's what was waiting, okay? You have to let them be who they are. You're going to drain your own energy, and at any point you feel as if it doesn't suit you, you just have to walk away. You have to give it obviously speak, communicate it, but in essence, if it doesn't fit, it just don't fit, and you walk away. And I think that's a very valuable lesson that you may have learned, Libra. Oh, Libra. Ooh, very specifically to you, Libras, I guess. But air signs connected with fire signs. If something's draining your energy, let it go. Okay? And by letting it go, you allow it to go out and mature. And if it's meant to return, it returns. And if it's not, then it doesn't, right? You allow them to balance themselves out, okay? Because sometimes when you're over helping, you make someone feel like a charity case, or you cripple them and make them feel as if they can't do for themselves, that you may facilitate or otherwise cause codependency. Yeah, when you're always fixing people's problems, then that person doesn't know whether they can fix their own, or they become reliant on you to handle their problems. When it's meant for them to clear things out so that they have the confidence to move forward. Yeah. All right, air sign with fire sign. So moving on to air and water. Fool card. Okay, so that bottom card wanted to come out. Okay, Hermit, the Fool, the Hermit, and Judgment. Okay, so air signs connecting with water signs. Fool, Hermit, Judgment. Lots of spiritual influence here. Lots of major change taking place. Wow, the Hangman at the bottom. Some of you may be putting away um, certain behaviors or addictions. I just started rubbing my face, and the first thing I thought was like hangovers and like recovering from things. So some of you may be recovering from addiction or working towards that. Also, could something that you may be presented with an opportunity to take a chance on someone who is in recovery from something like that. Also feel like, here, this is someone acting as someone's anchor in something. Your maturity, your spiritual place, your place of maturity or spiritual growth or advancement, whatever the case may be, even if you didn't know it, could have been providing an anchor for someone else as they were journeying through something, as they were working through something. Eight of Wands. Someone's coming to tell you that too. Someone, and this person has gained their footing in something. They've gained their footing again, and have matured to a place where they can, this person does not go backwards, okay? This person that's coming in, or this person that you're connecting with, they don't go backwards typically. This could be you too, but they don't do that. If things have been left behind, they don't go back. And there was something here where they did something else. Okay. Yeah, they're gonna come tell you what happened here. Something about being under the influence of something, and it influenced their judgment, the normal judgment that they would have about this kind of situation. They weren't able to have. They couldn't see clearly in a situation, or even here, I get here clearly. So they were inebriated or under some type of influence is what I get. They didn't know what was taking place here, what was being hidden from their sight, or whatever the case may be. And it's all because they were not sober. So now that they're sober, I keep getting that energy here. And I think it's because this Fool card has has this cup, and he looks like he's gonna fall. It's almost like a risk, but a calculated risk. Wow. Could be specifically Scorpio that you're connected with. So there's something here where someone wants to communicate with you that they want to move forward with you on a new path. The Eight of Wands and the Two of Wands makes the Ten of Wands. So there's a burden that they want to put down. Whatever block, that burden was a blockage between you two. And that blockage, they want to clear it so that you guys can have this connection they feel is very, very spiritual, and they feel like they're connected to you in a way that they haven't really been connected to people before. And I think that if there was a sex addiction, could be a sex addiction. Now that they've worked through that, I feel like some people sought counseling or will be seeking counseling and for this thing, and there's clarity, there's more understanding. A lot of the things that they were missing before, they are catching now. Yeah, it's like a lot of things that, a lot of downloads and stuff is making a lot of sense. Okay, it's making a lot of sense, and they want to rush in. They want to take a chance with you. Something is taking place where I say it's a calculated risk, but it's something that they're not planning. There's not a lot of planning coming into it, or you won't get to do a lot of planning when it comes in. It'll be something that you have to be willing to listen to your intuition and take the leap. Yeah. You won't be able to know everything that's taking place. But we got 9, the moon, and the 9. Yeah, so there will be things that you don't understand, things that maybe just don't click immediately for you, but you'll be asked to go ahead and take the leap. Trust whatever intuitive feelings you have, and I get the feeling that your intuition is going to be telling you to go ahead and move forward into this, to give this. It's something that you've already been thinking about. It's something that you've already been thinking about. So when it comes in, you're asked to go ahead and move with it. Okay. Because it brings victory. It's not a trick. It's a victory. And for some of you, this person is going to definitely apologize, and you'll accept the apology, and then you'll question whether or not you should actually move forward with the person with a second chance. And I'm getting that you should definitely feel confident. You see how all of these are red with the root chakra. So that's, I mean, for me, more stubborn or just grounded. But here you have the yellow staff, and for me, that's your solar plexus guiding you. You know, you two could be connected in this place, in the solar plexus. So for you, you're going to follow that. You're going to confidently follow the guidance that you're receiving. Okay. So air signs connecting with earth signs. Well, all the cards just want to fall out. We got the 9 of Pentacles. It's the only one that flipped over. Wow, Judgment again. Okay. Whew. Okay, that one wants to stay too. All right, so 9 of Pentacles, Judgment, Knight of Swords, 8 of Cups. It's like someone sees greater promise in something that they walked away from, or something that they've just been considering walking away from. You know, there's greater promise that you're seeing in it. I feel like you've been hearing, I was getting ready to say with this red bird here, often symbolizing like a past loved one and things like that. So you feel as if your ancestors even have been guiding you in a certain direction, encouraging you to move. The Knight of Swords is the fastest moving knight, and it's like rushes in. I say with a wild energy, but more so with clarity, with understanding, with more wisdom and knowledge. And it's like you're able to brave whatever opposition comes up now. From the 9 of Pentacles to the 10 of Pentacles, meaning that some of you have come to a place of self-sufficiency, self-reliance, and now are looking back on, or looking forward to obtaining this last pentacle to reach your 10 of Pentacles. And for me, for a lot of you, that's a partnership. So now that you've reached this place of self-sufficiency, you've grown in yourself, your confidence is built. You've even you've even just made room. You know, I feel like it's like a friend of mine suggested, you know, as a energetic request, that I like clear space for my in my closet. She's like, have you ever just thought like by clearing space in your closet, you're saying, you know, that you welcome a new party into your life, or a new, you know, someone to share life with. And I hadn't really thought about it in that way regarding the closet, but I had been consciously parking on this, you know, on one side of my driveway instead of in the middle of my driveway. So in some way, you know, you have, or this person has begun to clear space for this connection. And knowing that even with all that has been achieved and all that has been gained, you are complete in self, but you know, your picture of your life, or what you, the bigger picture entails you having this partner to continue this legacy with. We have one more. It's almost as if, with the Eight of Swords, so it's almost as if this other person, or you even, were reluctant, very reluctant. You know, although you had the Knight of Swords energy, it's like there was something that that was preventing you. What was it that was preventing you? What was it that was causing? Oh, maybe a fear of commitment. Okay. And it's like you're seeing the value of it though, or tradition, you know. Traditionally, somebody older than you may have given you advice. This is a huge thing with us young folks too. So like somebody may have advised you, or even just the way that you've seen your parents or grandparents do things. If you saw a man building, you know, working hard, then that's what you thought that you were supposed to have to do before you were able to have this family unit or such abundance in life. It was like you felt like you had to do it. You know how society tells us the man is the provider and the woman is the nurturer, or whatever the case may be. These are general divine or masculine and feminine features, but they're not what a man is. Okay, man is not just a provider, or a woman is not just a nurturer. So, although we embody those energies, those are not definite roles that we have to hold. So tradition may have had you thinking that this wasn't something that you really wanted to move forward with. And I feel that in this situation, this could have been where if you were masculine, then a feminine was so strong and powerful just within herself, and just forward hit, like she could move on things. So she carried a really a very masculine energy. You could have been deterred because you thought, you know, am I going to be able to lead this connection? And it wasn't a lack of confidence. It was just simply it was the tradition, those views on you, okay, that were having you in that mindset. And and if you were feminine, you could have been feeling that, you know, we do become these independent women and start to question every masculine that comes in a sense of, what do you provide for me? Okay. And quite frankly, a lot of powerful women have silent ass men, you know, have men who are there as emotional support, as just, even if they do provide the money so that you can go do everything that you need to do in life, then that's what they do. But all of these roles, we have to be willing to move away from whatever traditional idea we have about who does what and who provides what in a situation. So when this opportunity comes forward, it's after a reckoning. It's after a realization that these traditional roles don't fit who you are, okay? And you may be more of the go-getter, and your husband or your partner, this partner, may be more somebody who wants to take care of home. You know what I mean? They just may have that energy on them. They have a more nurturing. This is what, if you're an empath, then this person, if you're an empath and you charge hard, you go out, you do things, you want to help people every day, and you give a lot of yourself, then this partner coming in for you is going to be such a nurturer. You know, you're going to come home, you're not going to be thinking about what you need to do to recharge, but that person might have a bath run, and that person may have a meal cooked for you. Kids might already be down for bed because they know what you've been doing all day is draining on you, and you may not be in that place to think of what you need to do to recoup, and that person will be in that mindset for you. So for air signs connecting with, shoot, I don't even know where I'm at no more. For air signs connecting with water signs, I think. Yeah. Um, then you really just trust just trust that what's coming is a compliment to what you've already been building, to the work that you've been doing. It's a compliment to it. You can move forward in it. Yo, I think that was water signs, so we're gonna go ahead and say air signs with earth signs at this point. And if it's not, that break, I'm back. Hey, I'm back. I got a phone call. um, so King of Coins. Okay, so air signs connecting with earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You got the Sun card, the Knight of Coins, and the King of Coins. So, and then the Magician at the bottom of the deck. So, some movement that you've been trying to manifest in a situation, and love connection, is definitely there. This person that you were connecting with is now is showing up as the Sun, and I feel like the King of Coins at this point. So it's almost as if you sparked a certain change. You sparked, or whatever, I feel like, creative work you've been doing, whatever, even healing work you've been doing within yourself has pushed this forward. And so the Knight of Coins being here as the most, it's the slowest one. And so it seems like this is something that has been working over some time. And it could have been an investment too. So if this person made an investment, then their offer was delayed because this investment that they made wasn't returning yet. I heard that could have been an emotional investment on your end too. So you were making emotional deposits into this situation, and it was moving so slow. And right now, you're being shown as the energy that's here is the Sun, where whatever you've been investing is now yielding its fruit. Okay. The King of Coins here, it was those very good investments, and they've reached fruition. They're blooming, sprouting. And I don't know about y'all, but he looked like super chill. He's not as poised and upright as the other kings of this deck. He's like slouching, as if that's definitely been a lot of work. Okay, it's a finally, like finally type of energy. So straight chilling, right? So. And I feel that that's like a certain, pride in what has taken place, that the person was able to endure during this time. But I definitely feel like there's a manifestation of sorts, through real effort and trust in the situation. Optimism, that's deep, because after somebody else loses hope and you still maintain optimistic, and this person is looking at you like, you still believe in this? You still believe in it? You still believe in it? And then all of a sudden the light starts shining for that person as well. And they're like, oh, they made me believe in it. You made me believe in this because of your staying power. And that's a beautiful thing, actually. I mean, I feel like that's beautiful. Magician, the Justice card. Yeah, so anything that they were feeling doubtful about, it's almost like if they gave up on it and you kept staying, you were confident that this was supposed to be, that this was a twin flame, even with the Justice, twin pillars and 11. Man, scales are balanced in this card. It's like if you felt like this was a twin flame or soulmate, and you believed it, then you brought that Sun energy. We're over here where, this is all like up in the air, could be, you know what I'm saying? And here, this light is shining all through here. That yellow is transferred from in the middle of the card to just totally embodying everything is here. So, you brought this hope, you maintained hope. And now I feel as if there's some passionate moving forward taking place for air signs connected with earth signs. Like, it's moving. It's going to move. Now, all of that, if, you know, it just depends. You know, you're breaking through whatever defenses were built up in the situation. Yeah, you're breaking through it. To the point where whether you decide to say go knock on his door or her door, or whether they come forward to you, it's like there's no boundary there anymore. There's nothing stopping it from happening because of so much optimism being placed into it. Smile then, babes. So much optimism. And as long as everything was pure, this is coming around for you. Honestly, that's how I feel. It's coming. Yeah, and if it's a past thing, that sun did not set on it. It didn't set on it. This person now like, oh, shoot. It could be a rising sun too, honestly. You know, I guess that could be a rising sun. But I see the Ace of Wands trying to pop out up there, and that's like renewed vitality. So somebody's definitely seeing that it has, that something is there for them. They're like, wow. New vitality. Is that the end for Earth air signs? I think. Oh, I just played y'all all the way to the left, because in the other videos, I did Gemini, I did each sign and if they were connected to the different elements. But I'm going to leave it as it is, because apparently that's how that's supposed to be. Real quick, you know what I'll do is, okay, Gemini. We're going to pull one card. Gemini, what's coming in? Strength card. Could be a Leo. Could just be deeper faith in something. Overcoming boredom, overcoming stagnation, overcoming fear in something. Gemini, what's over there? Something is turned over in the deck. Yeah, boom. Overcoming all of it. The mental part of it. Overcoming all of the anxiety, fear, doubts. Page of Staffs here. And walking through a door, you know, realizing that a portal is open, that it's moving, and it's actually staying open for you to come in, and then going through it. Okay. Ten of Pentacles being at the bottom there. Can't ignore it. So there's this waiting on the other side of that. So just go through the portal. Walk through the door. Libra. No more weighing it, Gemini. You know, no more, oh, this side, I'm on this side. No. Just go through. Empress. Okay. Well, we're going to put those back because ain't nobody want to be loyal in that one. Libra. What's coming? Okay. Now y'all want to be. An apology and inspired action. Inspired effort. Coming through for y'all this between now and the 1st. Someone's coming through with apology, but not only apology, but the actual physical effort and action to show that this apology means something. One more card. Yes. That this is a promise. This is a promise that's coming. Apology and a promise to move forward, to show that I'm a changed person, or that this is where I do want to put my effort. And so when I say inspired action, I say, because people apologize all the time, but without that follow-up, the best apology is the action, you know, the changed behavior. So that's what's happening there. If you're thinking about reconciling with somebody, then they're coming through to let you know, and you can trust that the efforts are not for show, that they're really there to put forth the effort this time. Aquarius, what we got? 7 of Swords. It's almost like collecting yourself, collecting your thoughts. I don't get any kind of trickery or anything like that. It's just like kind of collecting yourself in your mind. Aquarius, what else for Aquarius? Oh, okay. Yeah. Chariot, for me, 7, you know, is a very spiritual number. So this is really just collecting yourself, becoming more balanced in mind and body. You too could be connected with a twin flame. But I get the feeling that you're coming to an understanding, maybe even about this journey that you're on with this person. Maybe understanding that it's not necessarily, for some, not necessarily meant for you two to join in this lifetime. Um, but that there is a higher, that you may work together, that you may do something else together, but it may not be romantic. Um, and that's okay. Because honestly, it's about love, right? And love can be shared so many ways. So you're collecting yourself as you move forward into, oh, I just heard it different. So collecting yourself before you move forward into divine union, you know. You could be moving forward into divine union as well for some of you, accepting the opportunity to do so. Wow. Okay, air signs. I think we made it all the way through. Lord, when I go back, please let me have count everybody. Uh, and I'm going to go subscribe if these messages resonated with you. I'd love to have you back. I'm going to be moving on to fire signs.